What's up?
What's going on, y'all? We are doing a Avatar podcast for this atrocious leak. Avatar, the new movie coming out, allegedly 2026. Um, Avatar: The Legend of Aang. 10 out of 10. Go watch it. Yeah. Yeah. Where you might ask? I'm not giving that information. Just go watch it. And something to say.
Is there? It's somewhere out there in the stratosphere. Somewhere out there, you know.
Yeah.
Go go
It's
go look
not
for
out
it.
yet, but
It's there. Um,
it's not out, but it's out.
this time we have sober non-black Spider-Man suit Kaizen out.
Over not. Did I have?
I don't think you had a black suit
I
on.
got
I think you had a white shirt on. I think you were the anti-venom suit that day.
I'm not gonna let Deadass have a.
I think you had like
Okay.
at first I really thought you had Nike Tech on when I first saw it. I said, I'm this man Nike Tech in a twisted tee. That's crazy. That's a crazy combo. Bro was really
Yes.
real New Yorker. He was one
Sure am.
he was one zombie apocalypse away from an I Am Legend. Uh
One
but
zombie apocalypse. Okay.
this time around, guys, we are more organized. We have more of a consistency in how we're gonna go about discussing stuff. But before we even get into that, guys, can you do me a favor? Can you move to the left, guys, and you move to the left, to the left, to the left. There we go. Um,
Okay.
I wanted to also let y'all know that Kaizen has another channel. It's on the screen right now. Gash and Kuma. He's going
It's the
support it.
main channel.
The main channel. As you could, yo, if you did it for an hour, I will not make it. It is, actually, cause you do yourself down, this big dog. What is this
All
channel?
right, y'all. Kaizen Kuma is no more. Cash and Kuma, get used to it. The view showed up for me. Y'all did. Sad. But yeah. Cash and Kuma is the original channel. If y'all don't know, Kaizen is my gaming channel. A lot of people think that's my main channel. But Cash and Kuma is my original anime based dissection channel. Talk about anime, um, fictional characters, things like that, breaking down their nature, and yes. So check it out if you guys like anime breakdowns, lore, stuff like that. Check it out.
Another thing is that he is currently at 3.8k subs on his Kashikuma video channel, and he just dropped a video on the Avatar movie leaks. So, and I don't know last time I've seen it, but when I did last see it, it had some pretty fire views. Appreciate you, Suki.
Yeah.
Suki said, "Keep up the amazing work, YouTube. Much love. Appreciate you, Suki. Really do. That means the world. Really does. Because I'm not gonna lie. These podcast episodes, as much as it just seems like off the ball, we really gotta schedule and like time this ish. But yeah, he's almost at 4K. He just dropped a vid on the Avatar leaks and whatnot. So go check that out. Go give that some love. It's always a good time. He talks about his in-depth thoughts there. I mean, he's gonna talk about them here, but give him a like there too. Give him the view, give him the like, give him the sub, give him the comment, all that goodish.
Come on.
What? Listen, do what you gotta do. But also my channel, HoshiWolf Anime. As you can see, it has one sub, still brand new, off the presses. Baby, it's a baby deer. Just gotta start walking. But Kaizen's vids have definitely been some inspiration for me to start working on my own stuff. I definitely want to dive into. I may do some verses, like who would win in this fight in their own verse, or maybe even just in depth philosophy based videos. Like I definitely have one on the philosophy of Yuji Itadori, which I really want to get on the piece of paper script wise, because I really need to make a script for that
Yes.
ish. I may just one day just pull a Kaizen and literally just get my phone out, record whatever comes off my dome, and just put it in transcript and make the script out of that. But we'll figure it out as we go along, as we always do. Anyway, enough about our accolades in our channels. I want to kind of get off to going on the Paramount sabotaging part. That's the first section of today's topic. So
they rigged it, guys. They rigged it.
Not an accident at all.
No, at all. I think the first like obvious thing is a lot of people are saying they've been not happy with the Avatar studio because the original creators of Avatar actually like stepped away from the project. They've had a lot of hard time maintaining control over these projects, and they walked away from the Netflix series. If you guys haven't heard about that, and then they're fighting with Paramount, which baffles me. Like, imagine creating an IP and then another company tell you, "What? Aang wouldn't do that," and you're like, "Bro, I literally made the character. Like, what are you telling me right now? It's not kid friendly enough. Why don't we go in the woke direction?" And you're like, "Nah, this is the story." It kind of creates friction. I think the biggest red flag is this movie being done for a long time. Like this wasn't just finished. This movie apparently has been sitting on the shelves for quite some time now. Been finished, no theatrical release. Originally, it was supposed to be in theaters, but no theater release, and we're supposed to all get a Paramount subscription so we can watch an hour and 30-minute movie, and they can hope that we stick around to watch whatever else is on the platform. So,
stand proud.
It's just sad, just sad. Very sad, Hoshi.
I definitely agree. I also wanted to bring up this part. Isn't it? Well, let me make sure I get this right.
Get the proof of, get the docs, because they don't believe guys, and you gotta see for yourself.
Wow, what the F, man? Over here. No. No. Whoa, no. Wait. Oh, whatever. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do this. Over here. So we could just put this in the. Why did it do that? I don't know why I did that. That's very annoying. I'm trying to.
I did what?
No, not you. I'm trying to move it so it could just be the actual web page. And I'm also drawing a blank on how to full screen right now, and I'm being very silly. This is doing everything under the sun, but give me the full screen. And I don't know why it's doing that. No! I just want full screen. That's all I want to do. Anyway, you know what? It's fine. It's cool. As y'all can see, and Kaizen, if you can see on your screen, please let me know. Looks okay on yours.
Yeah.
I
can see it.
Alright, cool. So I know that they were actually talking about it in the HollywoodReporter.com behind that hacker leak of Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender. How it was leaked months ahead of its premiere on Paramount Plus. I didn't know it was gonna be on Paramount Plus, actually, guys. I really didn't know that. I had no idea. I thought it was gonna go to movie theaters. I genuinely did. So the fact that it was supposed to go right to like streaming platforms. Actually, I want to sidebar about that. That makes no sense to me, right? Because I get that streaming platforms have become the new mainstream, no pun intended, but they've become the new thing. Like if you want to watch something, you are going to be immediately sent that content to your home devices or your TV or your Fire Stick, whatever the F you use. The thing that gets me is that
Yeah.
it it takes away the hype because a lot of times if I hear about a TV show or a movie, let's just say movie, let's focus on movie. If I want to hear about a movie, it has to be something that's advertised to me. A lot of the times when I'm hearing about something that's going to be a movie and it's going to be immediately streamed to a platform, not go to theater and then later on be take it put in the platform, which is the usual method, I don't hear about it. It's very rare I'll see anything about it, any type of hype about it, any type of buzz about it. If I do, then it's by literally word of mouth, or I just happen to find it in the most obscure way possible. I promise to God. So in the scenarios where you have these IPs such as Avatar, where you could make money, not only giving the nostalgia to the younger,
Yup.
the younger, I'm not the younger, the older generation that watched it growing up back in '06 to '08 to 2010, you could also have the new generation become fans because they were able to be exposed to it in the theater with their uncle
Yeah.
or their dad or their mama, whoever watched it at that age and wanted to take them to give them that exposure. So I don't get this whole.
Yup.
I get it why it happens because we live in this new day and age of everything being immediately sent to streaming. But I don't get in the context like, wouldn't it make more money and more publicity for you to have it be a theater release than a streaming release as a next step? I don't know how the
It
business side of
would.
thing works. I'm not a business savvy man, nor am I a business major or anything like that. But that to me doesn't sound like a smart fiscal move. That's all I'm saying. Like I feel like they could have capitalized a lot more on that. They could have made it a whole thing where it's like, you go to the effing theater and you get a Aang popcorn bucket, some ish.
Aang popcorn buckets.
Or in this case, Mr. Toph, you could have got a Toph boxing say bucket. I would have got if they said if you go to theater you get a boxing say bucket, and then the person who gave you the bucket said, gave the famous line.
Dead ass.
I'm
There
just
are
saying
no seats in this theater. Looking at
that would. I'm just saying. But that's my little spiel. But I just kind of want to read a little bit about it. So they did talk about the person who in question, who was I guess the initial person that went over the leaks. The person behind the anonymous X account, I'm Still Disfigured, he was just trolling when he leaked 2-minute long clips of the Legend of Aang, the Last Airbender. On Sunday, a friend from his hacker days sent him a full copy of the movie. He didn't know what it was until he looked it up. I saw it's just a Paramount Plus thing, so I decided I'd troll a bit. But by posting the videos, he says, explaining that he didn't think it was a big deal since the movie isn't being released in theaters. He added a hashtag pedal cruise watermark to clip clips and nod to the affiliation of the hacker that sent him the movie. That's actually effing crazy.
that's wild. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's actually wild. Within hours, the videos reached the far corners of the internet that included 4chan, where a community of superfan hackers discussed trading movies and TV shows they've illicitly attained among themselves and at times sell their hauls to the biggest bidder. Posters egged I'm So Dishonored to leak the full movie. He resisted, though it didn't matter. By Monday, an unrelated account that appeared to belong to someone in Singapore, yes, I said Singapore, leaked the full movie. It circulated widely across the die-hard fan base since then. So, there you go, guys. It was already making rounds. People were already clipping it and sending it around to other, I guess, I'm assuming Reddit posters. That's my guess. And putting on the internet, but this one dude in Singapore said F it and leaked the whole movie.
Imagine.
Stand proud. Now, I know, Kaizen, you were saying earlier about how your feelings on the way we go about, I guess, leaking in the animation industry is a problem?
It's very common, and it is a problem. Um, One, I don't think these people treat their properties with enough respect. They stay having no security on these multi-million-dollar projects. It's just like that's delusional, right? Tom Cruise got a movie. You got more security than the president, right? No one knows what's going on until it's out. But then you got an animated film, and it's not treated as much, you know, with the same amount of respect. They treat it like it's a random Google Doc.
Random Google
Honestly,
Doc. Stand proud. I definitely feel like it also is a kick in the face to the actual animators who worked in the movie for, I'm assuming, years.
yeah, one of the animators actually commented. They were like, "It's sad to see, their exact words were our work passed around like candy amongst the Twitter space, amongst our fans, and we're disappointed." And I'm like, I can understand that. Imagine spending years on something that you're passionate about, and you wake up one day, you clock out, and you're like, "Oh, I can't wait for this to release in a couple of weeks, months, days, whatever." And you wake up, and your fucking hard work is clipped to high hell in gifs, memes all over the internet, and you're like, "Damn, bro, you're not getting any cut of it. You're not getting paid for it. There's no credits." You know what I mean? I mean, they put credits at the end of movies anyway. We're not going to be delusional and pretend like anybody's going to wait for the credits to show up, see who drew what. We're not going to do that. But, you would like to see it officially released, at least that part of it, to feel like you completed the job. Now it's like incomplete. It's like there's no actual order to it. Paramount some sherms, bro. I don't care. There's an inside job.
Actually,
And it says Singapore.
I wanted to the article does kind of fall into the next point about Paramount and what they did as an effect. Paramount has conducted an investigation into the incident. As part of the ongoing probe, the company eliminated the possibility the leak was caused by a vulnerability in its systems. Sources familiar with the situation tell The Hollywood Reporter clips of the movie on X are still being taken down through its copyright taken down process. The fallout has sparked a discussion over Paramount's decision to forego a traditional theatrical release for a valuable franchise, which I already touched on because, like I said, makes no effing sense to me. You have a well-beloved IP, not even well-beloved, not even well-beloved, a titular-based IP. Like, Avatar's up there. Like, up there. So,
It's up there.
I don't know why.
It's huge, bro. Like,
I don't know why they didn't do a traditional theatrical release. That would have made more sense. The original series had a dazzling Netflix run in 2020 when it topped the streamer's daily chart for more than 60 consecutive days, record at the time for non-Netflix original, which literally proves my point. Die-hard fans of the series will say, "Oh, it's on Netflix," and me go read the same thing. But I don't believe that the company eliminated the possibility that the leak was caused by a vulnerability in the system. I don't believe that. There's no shot that you are a big corporation, as big as Paramount, and you are saying that there's no way there was a vulnerability in the system. There's no shot. That was an inside job. Somebody did something. That makes no sense to me.
I'm saying somebody definitely said, no.
Like what?
And then in Singapore, like think I don't even think the US has that much fucking jurisdiction in Singapore. So realistically speaking, one of my comments did bring this up in the video, like when it comes down to punishment and like, oh, okay, we're gonna sue this guy and like, bro, he's in Singapore. At a certain point, the law doesn't like
Apply.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, at a certain point, like if you commit a crime here and you move to, I know this is such like a Batman reference, but if you do commit a crime here and you go to like China and you're from China or at least you're Chinese or you're born there, they're not giving you up, bro. And it's kind of similar to the same thing in Singapore, where it's like at a certain level, the state's not going to go as hard to, put you in jail or court you for something to happen way over here in the states. Like they're just not going to go as hard for it.
No, I definitely agree.
They're just not. So yeah, even more like it's just way too coincidental. Usually these leaks and stuff like this come from people who are just regular dudes in like California, or, fucking where's this dirt bag from? Um wow, I can't think of it. Where's Reflex from? Canada, right. Like Canada, stuff like that. Usually they're not far, but Singapore, like, bro, right. And he doesn't have much jurisdiction against them, right. So I think they weren't happy with the lack of control, and they were like, "We need a fall guy. You there across the seas? I'm gonna give you this. Go ahead and leak it. Now we're gonna sue you, right? We're gonna sue you, but that's okay because the money we're gonna give you is gonna cover all the suing, right?
Yes, sir.
And nine times out of 10, they're not gonna go through it anyway. So yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And either way, let's say everything that in the article is right. Let's say that it is just a horrible they just have really bad security. It's still your fucking fault. Like, why is your security so ass? How many times are you gonna get hacked, bro? So either way, it's Paramount's fault, regardless, for not treating the property with as much respect. Taking it off a theatrical release, and now we have what we have. And the movie's gonna suffer for it. The franchise is gonna suffer. Everybody's watched it. Unless they put it in theaters, this shit is cooked. I don't know if we're gonna get another Avatar movie after this because of this. This sucks.
So a lot of people are saying, a lot of fans are saying that they believe it's karma. I'm looking at NJ.com, and it actually talks about the tweet that you talked about earlier, but specifically the one by film animator Julia Skoll. She was the one that said we worked on the Aang movie for years with expectations uh, that we'd get to celebrate all of our hard work in theaters, just to see people unceremoniously leak the film and pass our shots around on Twitter like candy. Um, but a lot of people are saying, a lot of diehard fans are saying, with the leaks for the movie appearing on platform like 4chan and X, some fans have claimed to have already watched the film and believe that Paramount deserved this unexpected karma since it announced in December 2025 not to release the film in theaters as it initially promised, Wired reported. So
Yep.
not only are
Fuck they
you
kid.
not only are you getting the backlash of not having the security needed to, provide the movie that we were waiting for a while, you're also getting a backlash because they see you as, you know, someone who's a liar. You announced that the movie was going to be out
Sure did.
at a different date than initially was promised. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what you expect in this scenario, Paramount, but I do know for a fact that on all ends of the spectrum, you did f up the bag heavy. Like this was an easy money grab. Don't know how you effed it up in any way, shape, or form. But I do want to kind of pivot though,
Yes.
because I wait a sec. Where is it? Yeah, see, I want to show the Reddit tweets real quick if that's okay. Uh,
Yeah.
so, and I cannot zoom in, guys, so please bear with me. No, they look pretty close actually. So some people were literally saying what I was saying earlier. Uh, I'm a fan of the original cartoon, and this is the first I've heard of this movie. I wouldn't sign up for Paramount Plus though.
At all. At
Well,
all.
there
There's
has been
nothing.
no
I don't even.
marketing for it yet, which is why. This was 7 days ago, by the way. This was just a week ago. This wasn't like a month ago when the movie was first announced. This was literally a week ago. Same. I had no idea they
Yeah.
were making a movie until yesterday. Honestly, as streaming got more and more disjointed, the return to piracy should really have just been expected.
Yeah. No one even knew. I didn't even know. I didn't know the film was done. I remember. I remember it being announced. In fact, if anybody remembers, they announced what 3 projects. This was supposed to be a movie. We're supposed to get the Earthbender movie. We're supposed to be the next Avatar after Korra, which I think is still in development. I think that's gonna be on Nickelodeon. And then after that, we're supposed to get an original movie with Zuko, finishing up the story with Azula, Zuko's mom, based on the comics. So, you know, when that got dropped and when a lot of people heard about it, everybody was ecstatic. And I vaguely remember, the Avatar movie being talked about, but I haven't heard a thing. So, just getting on the internet, Twitter, one day, scrolling through my algorithm, and then out the blue, here he goes, like full Avatar movie leak. You should see my face. I'm like, wait, what? I thought it was like AI or something. I thought somebody was trolling because they do this stuff all the time, like Maharaga versus Goku, and because the AIs are just getting more and more sophisticated. They're getting better to the point where you can't even tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine my surprise. Come off work, sit down, and just check my Twitter feed and full Avatar movie online 2026 new release. I'm like, it's trolling. And I hit click, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I scroll down and I see it's going viral. I'm like, damn, bro. No type of updates, no advertisement, not on YouTube, nothing. But every 5 seconds, you got a Paramount ad, though. Sad. Just sad, bro. Very, very delusional, bro. Very delusional.
I think
Paramount just dropped the bag.
Yeah, they definitely did. And the comments are attesting to it. Literally saying, "I will gladly pay to see this in theaters, but Paramount Plus is a service I refuse to pay for. I have enough streaming services." The instant I heard it was going straight to streaming on Paramount Plus was the instant I decided to watch it. F Paramount, Skydance, and David Ellison. This is the one I wanted to actually touch on, and I'm actually going to turn this off because I actually have the. Well, I'm already here, so whatever. The Avatar IP has so much untapped potential. If only it wasn't owned by Paramount. It's honestly astonishing that Legend of Korra ended up as good as it was in the end. The first 2 seasons / books only being renewed a season / book at a time could have screwed up the whole show. But Mike and Brian somehow bounced back and delivered overall great books 3 and 4. That told a more cohesive narrative and overall expanded upon the story character arcs. Particularly Korra. They fought so hard to make the show as good as possible considering what they were up against with Nickelodeon / Paramount. It makes me so angry that this could have been a great theatrical experience. The hard work by all the animated team, director Lauren Montgomery, voice cast, and producers, original creators Michael Dante DiMartino, and Brian. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that last name. They be disrespected not just by Paramount, but those who have now leaked the film. Now the future of Avatar Studios might just be in jeopardy. I would somehow hope a more respectable studio buys out Avatar Studios in the future, but seeing as Paramount is on the verge of buying Warner Brothers, the future of Avatar Studios and other great Warner Bros. IPs could be cooked. I wholeheartedly agree with this. I didn't even think about the future at all until I saw this comment. Like I want to say about an hour or two ago. I just thought about the moment about how it affected the animation industry as a whole. I never thought about how it would affect the Avatar studio because that is its own business, its own company. So I really hope that doesn't have an effect on them because I feel like Korra already, as much as I have disdain for it, I already know it has a lot of love in the real world. Korra already has enough of an uphill battle with how polarizing people feel about the narrative of it and the character development choices and whatnot.
Sure.
And I think that as a whole, when you do these type of things, like you're putting in danger these studios. The animators aside, like not saying they're not important, they definitely are. They literally are the bread and butter, in my opinion. You're putting studios that are small time studios in danger of being dwarfed by either somebody's lack of, I'll say, responsible action. Because like Kaizen said earlier, they should have been able to catch this. There's no shot this dude from Singapore should have been able to look this ish. What the F? So now you have
upload the whole file, bro.
Yeah, so now you have Avatar Studio on the back burner, and now you never know if they're gonna be trusted enough to work with another, let's say streaming platform ever again. Because let's say Avatar gets dropped, knock on wood, by Paramount. Why would Netflix want to work with Avatar if they think that there could be a possibility of some dork, some dweeb, some nerd leaking another movie or short or clip from the Avatar studio? They could even say, well, even though you didn't do it, you were still associated with a leak, and we don't want to take that chance.
Yep.
So
The Disney tech.
yeah.
Guilty by association, yes, sir. Disney tech.
So this is food for thought for sure. Just want to put that out there, guys, because I thought it was a very interesting component. Anyway, definitely want to pivot. I did want to move on to the review.
It's off, right? Oh, yeah.
Nah, Azula first. Yeah. Azula first. Like a dog.
Yo.
The review. Anyway, the review.
So yeah. I'll spoilers, y'all. I mean, y'all can skip this segment. We watched it. Okay, we saw it, bro. Everything.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be spoiled, then you can skip the next segment. But I'm a dead give it a 8 out of 10, man. The animation carried it.
Hard.
The plot itself, I think a lot of people, they were upset because they're like, oh, he's just a knockoff Zaire. The main villain's name is Taga.
You keep forgetting that name is cracking me up, bro.
Taga, because it's so like unmemorable. Taga. I can remember Zaire though. Taga, no, I can't remember. But yeah, a lot of people see him like as a makeshift Zaire. Like, oh, they got lazy, they just made another. Which I can understand that sentiment because he's low key just a worse Aang backstory mixed with Zaire if he were currently in the Aang timeline. But I think the whole premise of Aang having to let go, and I'll branch into more of that later. I mean, we could kind of like put, because I think the review does kind of go into what the show means. We can kind of like put them together. I think the concept of Aang letting go, or just letting go in general, is like the whole purpose of the movie. I think a lot of people are paying a little too much attention to the villain, and they're not really understanding. Like at another point as well, you got to really think about the Avatar verse, scaling wise. I mean, every single one of them are in their prime. Who's fucking with them? In their current generation, the Fire Lord was the strongest, big bad. Like he's the nigga taking over the world. So they already clapped him. So at that point, it's like, who's the next threat? Zula's already, she's not even stable.
I mean, she's the only one that was the strongest. Like, I think if she
next to Ozai.
Yeah, she was it. She was in. Yeah, she's in prison.
They packed everybody up.
Yeah.
Like everybody else turned into a good guy. Iroh is probably dead or a good guy still. So it's like,
Jet!
There's really no villain that could have. Jet! He's still disarming the bombs. No, but
I had to.
Yeah, there's just no, like, at a certain point you realize in scaling, the reason why Korra had Zaire in the first place is because again, there's no other real bending threat element that can. The reason why nomads are good is because they literally have to be by plot storyline. And that's proven further because this man was literally walking around soloing. Like, they got special beam cannons, one tapping the strongest earthbender. What? How do you clap Aang in one move in Avatar state? Yeah. The only people who can hang with any of Team Avatar in their prime, or the Avatar themselves in their prime, is literally an airbender. That's it. There's no other fire. Come on. Stop. Earthbending, no. Toph exists. Water's like, oh, we could create another Ahama. It's like, oh, I I bloodbend, but they low key already did that with Legend of Korra,
And I was
and that
I
didn't
was
go too
confused
far.
by that. I was confused why she wasn't bloodbending to begin with. I was just like, what?
Well, the movie would be 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the real
Also,
reason. No.
Qatar was cracked in this movie ability wise. Let's keep it a buck.
She did get buffs,
Like she was
but,
able
but
to,
a lot of it was plot armor too. I don't know.
bro. She was able
Oh,
to
you're talking about the ship scene.
Yes, the ship scene and when she was
Yeah,
able to self
yeah.
revive herself, I was like, what the f? I was like, all right.
She part that part was nah. See, hold on, that part was plot. I'm not jacking that. She didn't just get up and self res.
Nah,
That perk isn't out yet.
she drank that blue Gatorade in there while dying, bro.
Well, it didn't look like she had a fatal blow anyway. Everybody was like, but it looked like she just got pushed off the mountain.
If you go back to what 1 hour, 1 hour 2 minutes, Zuko looked like he got shot.
Zuko was folded. They did Zuko so dirty
In this movie, yeah.
They did. They nerfed the shit out of Zuko. Oh, so many bits coming out. They nerfed the living fuck out of everybody. I think Sokka's the only person who's on his scale because he doesn't do shit. But even then, no sword, no, like, come on, bro. Y'all really, like, I don't like how they dealt with Sokka. That's why I give it 8 out of 10, because there are missing elements of characteristics. I feel like the entire movie got Sokka wrong. I don't think they knew what to do with him, because it's like
I also kind of want to
solve it, dude. You know,
I kind of want to go into that actually, and that kind of goes into the philosophy thing, but I'm going to focus on the Sokka part first because I want to segue into that section. She was cracked in the show. She was cracked in the show, but like, I felt like she became like my point, and by extension, Kai's point that we're trying to make is that in comparison to the rest of the benders of the main Avatar team, she was doing crazy-ish.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like Toph was underutilized out the like a mother effort. But before I lose my train of thought, I didn't like how the movie focused so much on bringing peace between the different benders and not bring up the whole thing of the lack of power that non-benders had.
Yeah, they should have focused more on that.
Because one, that was a key component of the actual conflict that led to the other conflicts. And if anything, even though Sokka didn't have literally powers, he could have been the middleman saying like, hey, I'm part of Team Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm still actively pushing, the narrative that like, just because I don't have powers doesn't mean I can't be strong. Just because I don't have powers doesn't mean I can't be a leader. Just because I don't have powers doesn't mean I can't be somebody that inspires people to try their best to make things change or work or to do whatever. Because to me, that just, I feel like they had that literally in the palm of their hand, and they just, like Kaiser said earlier, they just didn't know what to do with him. And I'm like, you set the perfect lob up and you didn't utilize it. Like, he was literally could have been the one to say to the, what was the name of the terrorist group? Because I'm calling them a terrorist group. They're an effing terrorist group. Anytime you're trying to kill the Avatar, you're a terrorist. Denied.
Denied.
They were really in the kitchen cooking with no heat, no electricity, no oven when they made that name. The denied. He could have been like, hey, I was like y'all. I know what it means like to be powered and have no powers, or I am like y'all. But like I
am you.
Yeah, but I still led an army to fight the Fire Nation, and they could have been like, they could have been like, well, why did you do that? Like, how do you do these things without your powers? And he's like, because it comes inside, like it's from in here, yo. And that would have been great.
That's what I'm saying.
It would have been a great segue. Yeah. That plot point was already covered in season 3 when he got his sword. Yeah, but I'm saying you already are bringing it up again with the movie. Sokka didn't have a role to play in the movie whatsoever. You have a literal terrorist group who's saying, I don't have powers, but we want to be able to get powers to be terrorists because that's what they wanted to be. Especially that chick. I don't know her name, but that chick with the long hair, she was determined to be a terrorist. She wanted to kill somebody. I think she was looking to be. She was a school shooter energy. She was ready, down packed. We giving Sokka talk no jutsu buffs? No, all I'm saying is that he could have been somebody who could have gave them the other end of the spectrum type of perspective or like narrative. You guys don't have powers, and you choose to use your voice to invoke fear. When in reality, you could not do that. You can be an inspiration. Just because you don't have powers doesn't mean you're useless. And then he could have then wrapped it back to season 3, like you're talking about, Mist. That's what I'm saying. And actually kind of leads into my next point. And I have notes, guys. I have notes. One.
Well, once.
See, he wasn't ready for me to spit. That's what happened. He wasn't ready for me to spit. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna just look at my phone real quick. We'll be right back, guys. We are back. All right, so a couple things. This kind of goes to my philosophy part that I really want to touch on. I really think that the movie did an amazing job with making foils of characters, especially parallels slash foils of characters. Kaizen kind of hinted at it earlier. Toga, however the F you say his name. He was definitely whatever his name is. He was definitely the antithesis of Aang. And I'm even going to tell you why. This is a Aang. And I'm even going to tell you why. First point is both of them came from the iceberg. Both of them have airbending. Both of them believe in protecting their culture. And both of them want their people to be revitalized, to bring back their tribe. I think there's a key difference though was Taga didn't have the people that Aang had in his life. Because if you remember, in season 1, when Aang first learned about what happened to his people, and he went to the temple and it was effing empty and their skeletons and this, he crashed the F out. What stopped him was, I'm about to keep it about mainly Katara. Sokka, you were kind of just there, bro. Katara was mainly the one.
Sokka would not have stopped him, man.
Yeah, no, Sokka would be like, Aang, you're scaring me, boomerang. No. Katara literally was the boomerang. Like, Katara was the one that actually was like, hey, I'm Aang, it's okay. Now, and I think that honestly is funny to me because Katara and what was the name of the airbending avatar? Oh my god, I'm trying to blank on her name.
Kyoto?
The one that had the staff.
You asking for a lot. See, that's another problem that I have with this movie. A lot of these names are not memorable. Like none of them. The fact that we can't remember characters means they didn't leave an impression, like at all. It's Avatar Sonam, by the way.
Thank you, Avatar Somna.
Sonam.
Avatar S. There we go. She's literally the parallel with the Katara. So you have, I'm gonna reiterate again. Both came from iceberg. Both have airbending. Both have the belief in protecting their people, and protecting their culture. And both have the belief in protecting their tribe. And I mean that in the sense of making sure that their tribe is taken care of. And both of them lost their people. Both of them lost their people.
Yeah. Sonam definitely.
Yeah, he
the Earthbenders.
No, I'm talking about Toga being the parallel. He lost his people. I think the key difference is that.
Yeah, it's the Earthbenders.
Yeah. I think the key difference is that he didn't have the level of friends that Aang did. He didn't have that level of connection that Aang did. And I also think that he was someone who's a non-bender who became a bender. So I think unlike Aang, who became a nomad from day one, Toga wasn't a nomad from day one. He was a normal person who wanted power. Or got power and didn't know how to. He got power, but didn't know how to navigate it in a way that was like the air bending nomads, which was to be free, to be accepting, to be someone who's like the wind, which is caring but also not forceful if not needed. He didn't know how to be like that. He didn't get those teachings. He didn't get those practices. I think he didn't get to the extent that Aang did. Aang, I feel like, came out the womb with a baldy in the air on his head. He didn't. He was just a dude who was just a normal human and was liked by the Avatar Shanma. And then she was like, you know what? I'll make you into airbender. So he didn't have that belief system, that culture that was already kind of instilled within Aang from the beginning. It's different.
Yeah, he has that pain ideology, high key. I watched the entire movie and I kept just thinking like, this nigga's literally pain, bro. I came up with in my head, I was like, I should high key put Pain's voice behind him, like as a parody, just as a joke, because they're the exact same.
Now,
he's like, what about my airbenders, my people?
I will say this though, I will give him the benefit of, I won't say the doubt, but I'll give him the benefit of understanding that I don't think I gave him originally when I first watched the movie. Aang didn't experience the same tragedy he did. Aang experienced the aftermath of the tragedy. He experienced it in real time.
Exactly. Aang is Naruto, bro. Starting the cycle all over again.
Dead as
Toga was right.
Dead as F.
Toga was right. He's Sasuke.
I think that it's hard to, because he's not a villain. He's a villain, but he's not a villain. If you were in his shoes and you went through the massacre, listen, I mean, I'm telling you, if you were in his shoes and you went through the things that Toga went through, where he lost all his people to airbenders, had been a normal person with no abilities whatsoever, and was basically somebody who would have not been anything without his powers up until that point, because literally he's 5,000 years old. If you didn't have bending powers, you were nobody. Or not nobody, but you were not as important as a bender. So you got these powers. You didn't have the teaching of the ideology of the air nomads, and now you're able to make hurricanes and tornadoes and stop towers from falling.
Yeah, there's a reason why we don't have powers. I'd have been just like talking, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, they're definitely the antithesis. Like, they're the foil of each other. Aang is somebody who is coming from a place of nurture versus Toga, who's coming from a place of nature. One tried to get nurtured
Yep.
by the Avatar. Avatar's Sonma, whatever F name is, and it didn't work because he already had that nature embedded within him because he was a human that had no powers, and he got powers and he said,
Right.
"Well, I need to protect these things, and I will do whatever it means to in order to do that because I see the atrocity that happens because I was someone who was useless beforehand." Aang is the opposite end of the spectrum where he's like, I have powers, but I learned the ideology, and but I didn't see what happened to my people live. I saw the aftermath of it, but I did have the nurturing of people around me. I was nurtured. I was nurtured by the nomads. I was nurtured by my friends. They gave me that. So there was a key difference, and I feel like that was supposed to be one of the key points of the movie was this dichotomy between the two. And I feel like they did really well
I
with that.
agree. I think a lot of yeah, and a lot of people that just went over their heads. Yeah, Zahir clone, and they completely missed like. I don't even remember Zahir's whole plot. I don't even know why he was evil. To be honest, I don't remember that shit. But the whole concept of being an air nomad and not being able to let go. People don't also focus on Aang's dichotomy in this, which is Aang also, even though he's become a full avatar and he mastered like letting go of Qatar, which allowed him to master his chakra, right? He still was holding on to the past of not being there for his people. Like
You must be
it
looking at my
still weighs on him.
notes.
No,
I know.
no, I have not.
Yeah. Keep going.
But yeah,
Sir.
he's but yeah, like as soon as frame one, as soon as the war ended, that man Aang went straight back to them temples, looking around, trying to find ways to bring them back. Because he was still carrying it. Like, he never got over it. Like, oh, I didn't save my people. Like, how do I? Now, rather than enjoying the joys of Katara, Aang also feels like he has a responsibility outside of that to, you know, recreate his culture. And you see him consistently try to cling to that. And this movie wasn't just about him fighting some villain, shooting special beam cannons. Like, you know, people have such a surface level way of looking at things. They just look at the action and they look at the basic story level and they, 5 out of 10, you know. It's like, look at what they're trying to show you here. Like, Aang Dead could not let go of any of this stuff. And he basically saw, I think if Taga didn't show up, that's what Aang would have eventually turned out to be before he died. I think he would have got fed up at a certain point and would have probably tried to do anything to bring, you know, his people back. I think some head ass out there in the world would have probably gaslit Aang into believing something like, "Oh, your people are here, kill all his friends," and then Aang would probably turn just like Toggle. You know, I could easily see that happening. So, yeah, it's about closure. That's pretty much what the movie's about: letting go and moving on. And by the time, oddly enough, as soon as Aang lets go of, okay, you know, it happened. Like the ending is so peak. The way he's like, just let it go, and Togger's like, yeah, bro, you come to right. The second Aang lets go, then you get all these new air nomads who want to actually be a part of it. So it's a beautiful thing. Like once you let go and you stop trying to force things so much, then you know things come to you a lot easier. It's that Cowboy Bebop level of psychology.
Yeah.
So
I definitely agree.
I think that's what the whole film was about. Letting go.
Letting go. Yeah.
It was really peak, and they expressed it so well, especially when in Aang's anger, because they're like, you know, Katara's like, there's a scene where they almost died, and she's like, "Where are you?" And then he's like, "Bro, y'all don't want the shit like me. You don't understand." He gave them the Sasuke speech, and they were like, "Yes, we do understand." He's like, "No, you don't," and they were all like shocked
because they really don't. They
Yeah,
can't.
You dead? You can't. Like yeah, Katara saw her mom die. Like, all right, bro, you got one person going. Like, ha, boo. Like, you still got a whole village. You got grand. You got a whole new culture that we met while we were trying to do Avatar shit and book 2. It's like you have a whole culture to look forward to, regardless of who you lost. You know, Aang doesn't. He's literally the last Airbender. Imagine the weight of that. You can't even fuck up because now it's not just if I die and we can't stop the war. It's literally if I died, so does my culture. Like everything is gone.
I'm the last black person.
So
Black person.
So it's carrying that responsibility. Imagine that. If I'm cooked, bro, no more watermelons, no more Kool-Aid, no more N-word passes.
Oh wait, guys! He disappeared like the Avatar. Yeah. It's happening.
So yeah, I think that was a good. I'm here.
You disappeared like that. Is
it glitchy?
It was, but it was just perfect timing because you're like that. Like what if everyone just was disappeared? Like when they need them most, black men disappear, and then you were gone. Boom.
I'm fucked up.
I think that's really about it. I think you actually.
Make sure he's not on the floor.
Yeah, I think he just had I think Aang's internal conflict really was duty/responsibility versus his own worldly wants. But yeah, he had to let go. He had to let go. He should learn the reanimation jutsu. I'm dead, miss. You're funny, bro.
Price of living in a zoo. Swear to God.
Now your favorite part of the segment, sir. There you go. You got the floor. Effing bro's breathing in.
Yeah.
Look at him locking in. Look at him locking in.
So, are we gonna go to the next point of Toph or?
You got it, bro. Go ahead, man.
We get to talk about the real plot. All right, Chad. I've been waiting for this. All right, y'all. So, the animation has a big upgrade, and I like the style. I like the style so much because there's a lot of characters that got updates. There's a lot of characters. Toph is one of them. And I was like, who's this character? You know? She looks like Toph, but something's different. And then I saw it.
I saw it.
Potential.
I saw it for her. I saw what she couldn't see.
Saw it. It's potential. Nah, but speaking of animation, I mean, she saw something. She was asking about talking. But yeah, let's segue into animation. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the change of art style. A lot of people don't know how to let go. That's one thing I'm seeing, like voice actors and stuff like that. I'm like, why y'all being such headasses? I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the movie for the first 15 minutes, I was like, the fuck? This ain't Zuko, this ain't Sokka. Like, but you guys gotta realize, first of all, Aang Aang's voice actor isn't young anymore. Like, he's not gonna sound like that. Aang's voice actor did that one role. He's not a voice actor anymore. Aang's voice actor does not do voice acting work. That was like a one-time thing. I don't know why, but he did it, I guess. Sokka's voice actor is low-key washed up. I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't even think he does voice acting work anymore. Neither does Katara.
He does. Sokka's voice actor. Sokka does voice acting.
He does.
He's in the Dragon Prince on Netflix.
They went back to. I'm literally there. They ain't want back. I think Sokka and Zuko are the only two I feel like should have been brought back, but they weren't. Toph, I'm alright with the change a little bit, because again, some of their voices were so young to the point where it's like, all right, it makes more sense to just hire somebody else than the same person at a certain level. Yeah, I don't think people are being fair to the film animation wise, and because it doesn't look exactly like Korra, it doesn't look exactly like Avatar when we were kids. But I do think the mix of 2D and 3D animation suits it, especially with them fight scenes. Those fight scenes were off the wall. Probably some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. Not gonna lie to y'all, especially the Toga versus Team Avatar. That shit was wild.
Mm.
That was wild.
Mm.
So animation, that's another reason why I give it 8 out of 10. I think animation heavily carried the film. The background looks great. I think they captured the air temple, the mapping. They put a lot of love and attention into that. The character designs itself, I think everybody's is pretty good. Zuko's is the only one I feel like was kind of like I guess.
Mm.
Katara's was good. Aang's I think Aang had the best character design outside of Toph. That cape, yeah. That cape is tech. It's tech. And then Toph with basically her upgraded outfit was pretty cool too. Everybody else basically looks the same, or I didn't even notice Katara had a different outfit. No.
Brother was
And then
starving.
the
He was so
environment and
locked in,
everything
he
else
didn't
that
even
goes with it, I
notice.
think really just tied it all together. They nailed every single category. Fighting, 10 out of 10. Character design. Okay.
Brother was starving. He didn't even notice anybody else was tough on the screen. He said, I'm locked in. Didn't notice anybody else. Said, Qatar got a new outfit? Got a new outfit? Cool, I guess. That's cool, I guess. I didn't notice. Saw Toph. He said, Toph got a new outfit? Oh my God. Amazing. Immaculate. All right, bro.
I did, bro. I did. I did.
You're like, oh, Qatar got a new outfit? That's cool, I guess.
I don't even know why.
That was you, bro.
I don't even,
bro.
I don't even know why, bro.
Like,
I find it unusual. Why did Toph stand out? I don't know. I find it unusual.
Yeah, huh? Okay.
She did. I was never a huge Toph fan. Yeah.
So, future project, Avatar projects you would like to see?
I need to see that Zuko movie with his mother. That storyline is 10 out of 10 from the comics. I want to see more Republic City arc because by the time we are in the current timeline, a lot of stuff happened before that. Zuko and Aang consistently got into beef after the war. So that whole cool friendship they have right now was not always like that. Aang had to threaten him a couple times. I want to see Sokka get his own ship, bro. I want to see him and Suki and Zuko do something. The swordsman. Like I want to see Sokka shine with Suki. Yeah. Yeah.
That Azula spinoff. I need to see her out of prison. She needs to have those shackles taken off.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
Yeah, put them on me. But yeah, we need to definitely see Azula. Azula's own movie. I would like to see her go back to like May entirely, try to make amends while being mentally unstable. See her path as she from my awareness in the comics, she just disappears, like does her own thing. No one knows where she went. Just breaks out of prison, finds her mother, makes amends, cries, everybody's forgiven, and she just dips. So I'd like to see where she went, what she did, who won my spot,
Yeah,
things like that.
it should have been
Uh,
me. It should have been
what
me.
else? Something me.
Should have been
That's
me.
really it. I can't really think of like I can't think of anything else really after that.
I kind of wanted to see more on the rebuilding, like, of the different, I guess, nations. I don't necessarily mean like a play by play of infrastructure that's boring, but definitely like I would love to see a couple like episodes that maybe show one off characters that clearly aren't part of the main cast that could have been like, you know, characters that we knew from the original series that we'd want to see what they're doing now, and that could have been even like a
Like Tales of Jedi did
yeah,
from
yeah,
Star Wars, like Tales of
yes,
Jedi
yes,
did
yes,
with
yes,
that. That
exactly,
would be
yes, yes. I
sick.
want to see that. That's what I want to see. But I know that's
Yeah,
probably asking for a lot. I mean, listen, Azula, that's all I want. Chains off, free,
sick.
hand in hand,
Sick.
like a dog,
Sick.
like a dog. Anyway,
Hey.
yeah,
That would be cool though. See like a Ty Lee spinoff, or like a one episode Ty Lee or May.
yeah. And then that could have been like expanding
Um,
of like, okay, she's
the
part of
Freedom
this.
Fighters,
Yes, yes,
Jets
yes,
dudes. That would be
yes.
sick.
Um, and it could have showed how their environment or where they are now has just changed. Like maybe the maybe the Jet's whole crew could have become people who like do like a delivery service, or they're like the one of the best delivery people in their village or town.
Research.
I don't know, like they like instead of like robbing people or being this group of misdemeanor based guys, they could have been like, hey, we run this service that like is the fastest delivery service in the town. We have a 100% guarantee rate, and then they have a scene of them going like the guy, one of the members gives another member uh, a tube with a letter inside or a package that's really important, and they then get it and they run across the town, and you get to see the development of the town now in comparison to when you first saw it in the original series, like stuff like that. So I don't know, just food for thought. Anyway, any closing remarks, sir?
That would be cool. RP Jet, pending top fan art. More vids coming soon. Yeah, I think Avatar's like I think this is gonna be a weird thing because again, this still hasn't released. I think this is just like one of the waves, like because everybody saw the movie, so I think this is gonna be relevant for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it's gonna start to die down a little bit until it actually releases on Paramount again. Um, but yeah, in that meantime, definitely gonna be dropping a couple of Avatar vids, tackling some of the plot holes because there are plot holes. Again, the movie's not perfect. Like Hoshi mentioned earlier, like why no blood bending? Like where's this person? Like where's Suki? We do get an Easter egg for where Suki's at. Uh, um, stuff like that. Like why is Aang so fucking weak? Because that's not my Aang. It's not. It's not him, bro.
You put Appa
Things of
in
that
white.
nature. Like do Toph. He didn't react at all. Where's Appa? He took him. Oh, that's not my Aang, bro. That's not my Aang, bro. That's not my Aang. That's not it.
You muzzled
Um,
Appa.
I high key feel like Toph and Sokka have this weird situationship, bro. That's the energy I get through the whole movie because they're always like consistently around each other. And if you notice, the only person she's comfortable being around when she can't see in the sky is around Sokka. And this is shown in the end credit scenes because Sokka still has that bike he built. She has literally zero way of seeing anything, and she's just on the back chilling, looking feminine as fuck. By the way, and I was like, that is very unlike Toph and characteristic. Like, yeah,
I don't
I
think
think they got a thing.
I don't. You know what? I don't have the capacity. I don't fully agree. I think they have more of a friendship vibe that like just has evolved because they've known each other for years now. Um. Also, I don't know, man. I just feel like Toph was really cynical in this movie, and I don't remember her being this cynical. Like,
Cynical? You mean like
yes,
mouthy? What do you mean?
no, like cynical. Like she's just very like just negative. I don't remember her being this negative. I'm like, was she this negative in the original series? She was sassy. Don't get me wrong. She definitely was. But I'm saying like I'm not talking about sassy. I'm talking about like she just made like negative comments a lot. I was like, yo, is she okay? I just remember. I don't remember that level of negativity, and I don't know that was like a like maybe that was just like a component of my childhood that I don't remember. Maybe I just was like
I
so
think she's just being honest with a lot of stuff.
yeah, maybe that, and maybe that's like maybe I'm just not remembering it correctly. Maybe as a child I was just so enamored by her powers and how good she was at fighting. That I was like maybe that just like went over my head. But I just
Yeah, I mean, they were stranded in the desert with no way of knowing what the fuck's going on, and she was like, "There it is." Remember that? She trolled everybody. Everybody was just, "Oh." That's what it'll sound like. And she was always like that.
no, maybe I gotta rewatch the series, the original series. But no, I don't think they gave me an energy of a potential romantic
But
couple. I think they just gave me like friends who like
oh,
respect each other.
you just do things. Ah, you're right.
Yeah, they
Should have
just.
been me.
I mean, yeah, listen, man. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I'm tapped out. Tapped out.
Yeah, we covered pretty much everything.
Uh, if you want to catch streams like this, you can, or podcast episodes like this, come through on my channel, HoshiWolf, or on Kaizen Kuma's channel. I don't know, Kaizen, were you streaming?
No, I gotta log into my other channel and see how to fucking, because Streamlabs is dumb.
Okay.
It's not like if I log out, it'll just keep my entire setup. I have to
No,
like
I know.
see because
I know.
yeah. I have
Yeah,
to import it to my computer and then re-upload it
that's
through the
why.
other account.
That's why I just ended up using OBS for my other channel. Because I was like, I'm not
Yeah, I
about to.
might just do that. Log out of one.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to log out of this one and then try to reset about like I don't know why Streamlabs doesn't let you have two accounts. Or switch, at least. Switch between accounts. I don't know why it doesn't let you do that. But
Because that'd be too easy.
yeah, it'd be too easy. That's a premium plus benefit. But no, I definitely will say if you guys want to, come through, watch podcast episodes like this again, Hoshi Wolf, Guys and Kuma, or Cash and Kuma. I'll also be putting this on Spotify podcasts. Link will be in the description. I will definitely edit it to make sure it is in the description. So y'all, if y'all want to check it out, yo, is your eyebrows okay, bro?
Yes.
If
If you're wondering why my eyebrows switching, it's because my right eye allergy is killing me. There's nothing in it. That's why I keep going like this. There's literally nothing in there. It feels like there's a fucking rock. It's just my allergy.
I'm just over here like, is he having a stroke? Yo, I was really like, this is I was like the 20th time you did it. I was like, yo, no, something's wrong. Something's not right, bro. Uh, um, Hoshi Wolf, Kaizen Kuma, Cash and Kuma. Check one of those channels out. We will be doing the podcast episodes via the live stream. They'll also be uploaded on the Spotify podcast to be watched as well. I'll put that in the link after this gets uploaded and is fully reviewed by YouTube. guidelines because it takes 24 hours for YouTube to actually review live streams. And also, just you know, look out for our Twitter because we'll be on Twitter. And look out for our community posts on YouTube because I know Kaizen's very savvy on his community posts, and I need to actually be on point of mind community posts. I haven't been up on it as much as I should be, or at all. But summer is coming, so things will change, and I'll have a lot more freedom. I won't be in the asylum for so long. I mean, the paradise. But yeah, no. Without further ado, we'll see you later. Um, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Comment if you want Kaizen to do 20 eyebrow pull-ups. But yeah, that's about it. Catch y'all